We're going to start our bike rack build with some cuts on the chop saw, and first thing we have to do is make our mark. This one is for the bike tire holders, and it's at 5 feet. So there are two pieces at 5 feet. I stacked them on top of each other. I've marked 5 feet here, and just do this. This is not a critical measurement, the 5 feet, and the 7 feet is not critical either, actually. So just let it rip. There we go. That's the idea. Thanks. All right, now I'm going to show you how to put the hinges onto the A-frames that we're building. So if you take a look at this board, stand back a little bit. There we go. This is going to pivot up like this. Okay, so our bike rack is going to be foldable. So right in here, I'm going to take this hinge and I'm going to mount it to one side first. I'm using this 5-foot section that I cut already as a straight edge guide. So all I have to do is get the hinge in here. The big bulbous side is up on the hinge, and these screws that come with the hinges actually have a little cutter in them, so you don't need to pre-drill. That's why this project goes so fast. And you want to kind of center the hinge a little bit if you can. And that's it. Come in here using the straight edge so we stay straight. So there's a line when they close. And I'm going right up to where I feel the bump on the hinge. And then we'll do the same thing, screw it in. Perfect. And just folds up. Lines up. Totally flush. So that's it for this section. Okay, now we're going to start assembling our two A-frames together. So we're going to try putting this 18-inch piece. This is part of the spacer. It's going to go at the bottom of the A-frames. And I'm putting this temporarily, they're parallel here. I just want to make sure that it stays parallel when I assemble it. So let's go back down to the bottom. This is the bottom of one side of the A-frame. And I push the two pieces together like this, just so I've got them nice and square. I'm moving up here. Okay, and I've got them perfectly 18 inches apart. This feels flush on both hands. I do a mark, I come up here, and I'm going to put the first one in. Now when I do the one on the other side, it's going to be offset. So when it closes, it's only going to have this 1.5 inch gap. I'm going to put the other one on the other side. Instead of at the 3.5 level, I'll do it at roughly 7 or about 8 inches up on the other one. Okay, so here, I actually started these holes already, but you get the idea. And I'm going to do the other one, and then put a few more in on each side just to hold it. This doesn't really bear a load, but it keeps the assembly from racking. That's that. One more. So, and I'm going to keep driving them. These also bite right in. That's fine. I'm going to put 3 on each side. that's it for this side. All right, we're on the other side of the A-frame now, and we're on the inside of the A-frame for both of these steps. And I put these at the end just to get them to the right spacing, and they are. Okay, put it over here, flush to the bottom. Our 18-inch piece again. Mark, mark, go up here. So we want these to be roughly 8 inches or so above so that they will close well. So mark, mark. And then I turn this on edge just to get 1.5 inches up from there. Mark, mark. Okay, and that's where I'm going to screw these in. So, screw gun, but I'll get it. This way. All right, that's it. I think you get the idea. Thanks. Okay, so we're going to install these now. These are the brackets that are going to hold the upper bike supports. And you can see that they're at 4 feet off of the end. So I'm doing this other one now. So I'm going to measure 4 feet from the end. I have my framing square here, right at 4 feet. And if this is a little bit too inaccurate, the bike's going to want to roll off. So it's kind of got to be around an accurate 4-foot measurement. Do that. Put the little end up against the wood. The big end is going to hold the other 2x4. And I'm going to put this in here. Make sure it's straight, which is pretty good. And we do all 4 holes. And these are number 6 by 1¼ inch long drywall screws. Drywall screws are not the best screws to use for wood projects, but you know what? They work, and we're putting 4 into each side. It's going to be secure enough. That's it for this side. Okay, so now we're going to mount the bike support 2x4 piece. This is a 5-foot long section on, and I just want to make sure that we're still 18 inches spaced here. And we are. We're at 18 inches, so if not, then you have to bang this back and forth. You want to stay square. Our bottom is at 18 inches. And now I've put this on, I've installed this side. And so the trick here is, it looks like this is at 21½ inches. So right here, the edge of this is at 21½ inches. That's fine, that makes these about equal. So if I go on the other side, you'll see that that's also roughly 21½ inches, and we're good. So you don't have to find the center of that board. And at this point, I guess this is kind of obvious, but push this piece down, over here. You could start by kind of twisting this in. Try not to screw into your thumb like I just did. Just like that. You gotta be careful. Okay, you get the idea. Thanks. Okay, so now we've got our A-frame set up, and we're almost at the end, but we want to put a piece of paracord here so that the A-frame never separates enough so that it splays out or collapses in some weird way. So I've spaced it 12 inches apart, exactly. That seems to work for us. And I've drilled a hole here on this side and tied a knot and ran it through. And so I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so I'm marking roughly the center here. Again, not super critical. I don't know if you can see this from the filming angle. Can you?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to go around to that side and drill this hole. I'm using a 1/4 inch bit here. Drill. Seems to work pretty well.
That pencil's always falling everywhere.
That's right. This is going to go through here. Now this is a point where it's good to burn the end, but we're going to stop and we're going to switch the camera. So come here, Spencer.
Okay.
Okay, Spencer is going to trim or burn the end of this cord so that it's nice and smooth and we can put it through the hole. Tie it off. Seems like he's done this before, doesn't it? What do you think? I think it's pretty good. Blow it out. All right, we're good. And now we'll switch. Push this through the hole. Oops, it's still a little gooey. There we go.
Switch successful.
Opened up. There we go, right through. Okay, went to where we want. Just tie a knot down here. Matter of fact, I'm going to bring the A-frame in a tiny bit so I can tie the knot tighter. Okay, I think that's enough. You get the idea. And we can cut the bottom just for good measure. And then we'll do a little more of that burning. That's good. Done. Hold on.